Good morning and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. It's a beautiful sunny December day in St. Louis, Missouri today. It's about 55 degrees. Man, it feels like springtime out there, even though it's not. And then we have the people that are kind of negative, and you know what they say when you talk about how beautiful the weather is? They say, well, we're going to pay for it. Well, yeah, we're paying for it right now. We're enjoying it. And the longer it's warm, the less time it's going to be cold, right? Spring is just around the corner in March. Yeah, we might get some cold weather in January or February, but we usually get a couple weeks where it's really warm in January and February. So regardless, hey, maybe we'll have a mild winter. That would suit me just fine. Okay, today's topic, without further ado, smash that like button and subscribe. Do it now. But without further ado, I'm going to talk a little bit about goals. Not much because I don't have much time. I got to get out there and get after it today. Everybody needs a goal. Actually, everyone has goals. They just don't know it. The guy who's an alcoholic has a goal to get up and get drunk today. The guy who's a pothead has a goal to get up and get high today. Hey, I've been both, I remember. But I'm talking about goals that are worthy, goals that inspire you to become more, to be more, to add something to humanity. Do you know that less than 1% of people have written goals? That's right, less than 1%. Now, you don't have to write your goals down, but when you do, it makes it tangible. It makes it real. It's not just an idea floating around in your head. And if you don't have goals, you're like a ship on the ocean without a rudder. Every storm that comes along, every wind that comes along just blows you here and blows you there. And you never reach a destination because you don't have a destination. You don't really know where you're going. So my question to you today is, do you know where you're going? Do you know what your destination is? Do you have an agenda? Or are you allowing yourself to be programmed with other people's agenda? I'll tell you what the agenda of most people is for you to consume their product. Nothing wrong with consuming their product, whatever that may be. It may be the news media, it may be food. Of course, we all have to consume food. It may be land, it may be a car, it may be investments, it could be many, many things. But wouldn't you rather have your own agenda? Wouldn't you rather move toward your own destination, your own agenda? Be thinking about that, be focusing on that. Because what is going on is constantly, day in and day out, you are being influenced with other people's agenda. They want you to do what they want you to do. They want you to think what they want you to think. Most people don't think. They think, but all they do is regurgitate what other people have told them, what news media have put into their head, into their mind. Why don't you consciously decide what you're going to allow into your mind? Because your thoughts determine what reality you step into. Every action that you take is determined by a thought that you make. So your thinking determines what actions you take. Your actions determine what your life is going to be like. If you get up today and you do the same thing today you did yesterday, you're going to have the same life tomorrow that you have today. And that's great if your life is great and wonderful and everything is the way you want it to be. Or let's say you're happy with the way things are, but you're striving for more. We should always be striving for something. We should always be expanding. And that's fine, but if you don't like your life, if you're miserable, if when you get up in the morning you don't look forward to the day, you don't want to get out of bed, then maybe you should try thinking something different. Maybe you should try programming your mind or feeding your mind with your agenda. What is that desire that you have within yourself? Yes, that one that you're afraid to tell anyone. Not that you should tell anyone, but that one you're afraid to act on because you don't think you can do it. But yet it continues to bubble up within you. What is that? You know what that is, and that's something that you can do. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to be inspiring and fulfilling if you step out in that direction? Yes, it is. Will there be discouragements? discouragements and disappointments, delays and denials? Of course there will be. What satisfaction is there in gaining anything if there's not a little bit of struggle for it? We humans like struggle. We like to have to push ourselves. It's only when we push ourselves beyond what we think we can do that we feel a certain sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. That's just the way we're made. If we stay too comfortable, we kind of atrophy. That's what happens to people. Just like a ship in the harbor, if it's not out sailing the oceans, it falls apart quicker than if it is. A house with no one living in it soon crumbles and falls to the ground. A car that no one drives eventually breaks down, sooner than it would if you were using it. Everything needs to be used, just like you. You need to use yourself and your abilities, or you will soon atrophy. You'll find yourself sick, you'll find yourself depressed. Much of the depression that people have is because they're in a situation where they're not expanding themselves. Their lives are listless. They lead lives of quiet desperation. I think Thoreau said that. Most men lead lives of quiet desperation. They have a desire within them which they have pushed down, they've stifled down, they've tried to silence that voice within themselves, maybe with drugs, maybe with alcohol, maybe with TV, any number of things people use to not strive to achieve what they know they can achieve, but they're afraid to try. So think about that today. And if you don't have a written goal, write one down and look at it every day. And ideas will start to come to you where you can move toward that goal. Now, with those ideas and those opportunities, there will be fear. You must step through the fear. Everything you desire lies on the other side of fear. Fear is, what do they say, an acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. There's another one too, but I won't say it here. It's a little vulgar, so you might know it. So fear is basically an illusion. We were only born with two fears, the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. Everything else is learned, and you can unlearn it or learn something different. I got to go, got to get to work, got to get out there and enjoy this beautiful day. And thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.